Does somebody feel like they're gonna have to be careful now? Proceed with caution. Caution. This person feel like they gotta proceed with caution because
Let me just
somebody's now
sit this down for a
protesting
second.
them, and this is a disaster. So somebody might out them about what they paid somebody to do, what they was paying people to network for. Like find somebody that energy.
Am I still reporting?
For
Yes. Bullying and misleading content.
This is crazy.
Misleading, as they say, comment, and I've been doing it for years, and you can't get through to these people. Misleading, what they're saying you can do, and bullying, as they bully people to say things about people, and it can relate, but then we can't sort it out. So I use these stories, and I have been, and reposting them, and by law, to get these answers. Righteous law too, and certain laws you hear about, but then these easily go away because righteous doesn't stay around long, does it? I'm all in my right till I get these answers. Then once I get these answers, I have to do a certain thing, otherwise I'm definitely bullied and deliberately getting revenge when I may not have to, as I've communicated. Oh, you alright, babies? You still? Hopefully someone's not getting too upset when it comes to what I do and energy and all that, and be able to connect to the universe. And if I do, if there's other people, as they talk about competition, what would they do? And if such thing could connect to the universe, and they use it in their ways only to attack and not connect, what energy do you think they're using? You see? You know, like the Sith and all that kind of stuff. And what did the Sith want out of Anakin? You get it? I feel like that in a way. Right? Things can relate and resonate. Depends on how you see it. In that show, the Sith gets exactly what it wants. It bullied Anakin when it was younger. It made him think twice about him. And then it bullied him again once later on to finish the job. And the good didn't see it, as the good were also in their own ego. And so that's why they failed too. Because they believed they knew everything and didn't have faith and didn't see things, why things were the way they are. And don't know how to fix it and rather restart these things, as you see in the show. Right? That's their way of saying things. Right? That's why they start from kids in that show. Easier for them to control and brainwash too. But they believe they can do it because their way is the good. But that's what bad guys think sometimes too, with the education they know and the life they've been through. It's the same as the perfect life, grown up in the perfect world, rich and famous, and when I talk to, they got it so right. They don't know what life really is. They don't know what connection and faith and sacrifice in certain ways for that connection is. They believe if they get it right, there is no sacrifice. In a way there is, but we've never got it right, and even thousands of years later, you see in that show that we still haven't, as it's one of the hardest things for us to do. You know what my test is coming up? My next test is, will I get corrupted with money? And it's going to be a thought every day to keep me strong, to make sure, like after a person's been off crack, to not go back. You see? You make sure you do your best. And when you get a job at it, that's meant to help you, motivate you to make sure that that happens. True? But instead they believe once they got the badge, they can do whatever they want, which is sad. As they've got the badge there, you see. Badge could be money, represented in lots of ways. The badge means the control, the ability. Anyway, while all this is happening, we have these people copying what I've said so far. And you'll also see on TV, if you go back with what I've been talking about, you can call it a coincidence, have been happening so far. But what happens if we stop this? Of course, the devil wants such a person to help to stop. That's how they use their story. It's all part of it, you see. And I guess the devil wins in the end. That new way stops, things go back, they go, we told you so, and there you go.
Or lied about making somebody suffering. They could have been trying to make somebody sicker.
Because I see the best way to succeed in this world is, can you facade the best? That seems to be happening a lot, eh? Over the other one that's trying to facade? No, my facade's better than theirs, everybody. You hear politics do that one a lot when you go back in history. It's why it goes up and down. You'll actually hear politics 10 years ago talking about what they got today. Because they haven't fixed it. They patch. They fight amongst each other. Too many cooks in the chef. They keep rehiring. And because of that, we're going to be in this boat of that problem until that stops in some sort of way. And when you have people coming in stopping other things that's come out, well, what are you going to do about that? Maybe make a law that it takes 10 years or once a change happens that someone else can't come in and change it. Maybe think a little bit more about the laws you're doing. Instead of just going, we can, let's do, we're having a fight here, oh, we'll make this, and that's what I see. Right? And that goes with why they would talk about bullying each other more too, right? It all goes into the same common sense when you know psychology and why things would happen, right? But you can use the psychologist to twist again. They've got a psychologist for everything. Psychologist to battle the psychologist. You're wrong on that. Why? Look, I got a bigger badge for longer. Right? This people helped me out. You didn't. Right? All that bullshit. There's no real debate out there. It's sad. And if you hear it, it goes away pretty quick as it gets paid to or bullied to go. You see? They can't pay you, they will bully you. You're going to stop the debate now? Your kid keeps getting a bad life. Everything starts to go bad and you can't finger point it because they've got plenty of money to get plenty of people to spread it out in this system where you can't do shit. They know it. They know it better than you. And what about the bad guys, everybody? So that means the rich bad are going to outdo the rich good. You see? And it is all around the world. I'm happy to debate that one day if they want to debate on it and think I'm wrong. It'll be a day debate. I hope you're ready because I'll do a lot of research because I already have already because I know this. Go back over it, get me proof for you. I'll even give you a slideshow as a debate of the real proof and videos and that can extend if you want to see it. I'm going to love it. There you go. Hey, he wants to debate. Here's the truth. What's he going to do? You know what? If people stick to the truth of that and no one gets killed, there's no stopping that. And they hate it.
Whoever this person is, they're child.
Yeah, I got another video just recently of that. Try to have a decent conversation, should hear me. And just a little loud at the start to go, you know, to talk to them as it was a noisy vehicle and things, right? But other than that, when we could have been more quieter, as I was trying to demonstrate, it did not happen because they always do the same. And I've got video after video of that. And I don't go out much. They can say that was only every now. Well, that was pretty much more than 50% of the time I went out at a certain time. Couldn't do anything out there without an approach and a smart-ass comment. Right? Inappropriate. But anyway, that's later on. Those stories are easy to bring out when you are superstar, have a badge, things like that. Makes it very easy. In fact, people will pay for those stories. Later on, people go, is that real? I'm going, yeah. And I go, why are you releasing it? Well, I don't know. Maybe someone might come and pay for one. Put it on your show. Teach some people, show some people some truth. Whatever. You know how it goes, people. Now, you've got to join the crew in some way. We've got to finance somehow so I can go out and help the poor, don't I? What do you reckon, people? Now, where should we get that finance from? Back in the day, when you hear churches got built and stuff like that, where did that finance come from? You know what they did? They actually come in and they wiped out areas. And went, see, because we won, we have gold. And they either took the materials and went somewhere else, or they rebuilt that. in their image. Right? So you can imagine that these days. What would happen these days when a new religion, that story goes to repeat again? That means all the rich, pretty much, that won't convert, go. And all their shit they ever made gets destroyed mostly. We use a little bit of it. As you can see what I talk about in the art as I'm doing now. Right? That's what the new coming. Look back in history, you'll see a little bit taking a little bit. Some of it might even stay, the best. Also got lucky, you know what I mean, to represent that story, you see, as we can use that story for our power benefit, is why they lost, you see. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Don't like giving out too much real. People who don't know things, Emma hears some of my stuff and goes, and I'm like, well, it's all real if you want to go see it. It sounds scary and all that, but it's the truth, right? And the way we live and what's out there. And how we repeat, and we can see that repeat for thousands of years, and yet we're still repeating now, and we're well connected than what we believe we've ever been. We lose history so much you wouldn't know. Huh? There's some peaks. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've got shit to do. There's a lot of these days where I noticed this, what I'm doing now is all part of to slow me down. Because if you already, have someone there and it's fucking around, what most want to do is just make videos like this to waste their time. Because their outcome is you're fucked, you see. So no matter how much I blab like a lion, okay, it doesn't matter. But at least I know I've got this when I do what all humans have done in history. Right? And that makes it easier for me. And the people or loved ones around me, because I make sure they got this before I do my action, is what we do. Right? And you're doing it righteously. That's why God's chosen back in the day, and they've had ways of doing it. God, you don't get everything right, and God took the chance to support them, and that's what he does. He keeps doing that, because we have free will. Right? When he makes bad choices like we do, and he still has. Things aren't perfect, because of God trying to get along with us with free will. He can easily come down here and just make it happen, like in Matrix, but it will fail. He wants the free will. We need to make sure it happens naturally, and that's the best way it works. Right? If we're not there, we'll see why we're not there. Look at the world today. We haven't learned. We look in different areas to learn, and we shouldn't even be doing that yet, because we haven't learned over here. We're trying to learn to play with a knife and how to kill, and yet we don't know what safety rules or hard is. That's why certain kids need certain teaching before they get to play with certain things. You see? But anyway, I'm going to leave all that bullshit to the enemies. Right? I'm only giving them stuff that they can try to twist, I guess, is the worst outcome. Because it all depends on, if I really don't want to help them, but I am for the animals. So I'm going to make sure, if I can, when I'm asking my God, is to make sure that I can make a big change for them before I go. And that's the outcome. So if a human virus come and all that, I'd have to clap on that one. And go, thanks God. Doesn't that sound weird? At least it's the humans. And my outcome in the end's alright. I've got my opinion on it. I love some humans. And I don't want them all to die when it comes to viruses. You can't kill them all. It's part of the science thing. You need a couple of viruses. It takes more than one to wipe out something called accident to go wrong. Huh? Sorry about my voice. I'm not upset or anything, just a dry throat. How long was I talking without a mouthful of drink? 14 minutes? But anyway, I'm going to leave it there.
Somebody definitely could have found out that they was clean or clear for STDs or something in the near future. That's what they're going to find out.
Now, these people don't know nothing. In the end, and prove that if they didn't know nothing, and I was blocked from these people. And they do channel and get really close, and it's like they do know. They're going to be quite fine. But if I find out, if they try to trick me, and then I find out later, outcomes don't go good. I've told that to Emma when I said to her, if you don't tell me the worstest things now and the things I should know, and I find out later, you're not going to get the same outcome, so you better do it now. And that's how we connected and admitted some things. Because if it happens later, I've already told you the answer of what happened. If I find out that you did sleep with somebody, or did this, right, as an example, and you said you didn't, but I find out you did, you're not getting no chance at all, because I've got to this point where I'm not going to give it to you. I've given you this chance now, that you will get a chance, and it might not be fun, it's going to be upsetting, and things might happen, but I'll at least forgive you, and you've got a chance. Because later on I find out you did this and this, and the real truth, this and this and this and that, 100% convincing, right, then you're gone. You see, that's how you fix things, people. Here's the answer is what's going to happen, and that's going to happen. And if you don't do it, then you'll become a person that's not really you. You'd want to have a lot that change from them to that answer to want to change your mind, wouldn't you? Nothing, never, right? But if you got high probabilities, right? Like breaking the law. They say we can talk about things in just certain circumstances, right? But other than that, you break the law, you break the law. But all they say now these days is like, you just did it. You break the law, you're dangerous to us. They've got their outcome, their judgments, even though science doesn't back up. Right? But anyway, have a good one, everybody. And see you later.